our next guest, and it's with great pride that I introduce our next guest speaker, Chief Depoe, great-grandson of Chief Depoe, our city's namesake.
Okay, here he comes. He's on the
First of all, I'd like to thank all branches of the armed service for us, protecting us. If it wasn't for them, we probably wouldn't be here today. And I'd like to thank the people of Depoe Bay for making me so welcome down here when I come here for the Fleet of Flowers and carry on the tradition. For us, it all started back way down at the Rogue River. 38 miles up the river was our homeland. Our village was there where my great-grandfather lived. And we were removed from our homeland back in the 1800s and brought up here to a place called Sillet. And they put 28 different tribes there, so in those days they thought all the Indians were the same. And it was like putting a cat and a dog in the same room in some instances. And anyway, my great-grandfather used to be always at a depot there over in Toledo, where there was a railroad that came down from Corvallis. That was before the highway was put in here. And he used to always be there to make sure that his tribe wasn't shorted on the supplies that were brought to him. And when they gave the Indian people the white man name, they came up to him and said, your name's Depoe, because he was always there at the train depot all the time. But originally his name was spelled D-E-P-O-T. But my grandfather went to college back at Carlisle, and he didn't like the way that spelling looked, so he changed it to D-E-P-O-E. And that's where he met my grandmother back there, and she was a Cheyenne lady. So my tribe, I'm half Kootenai and half Cheyenne. So this is where my grandfather and father lived down here. My grandfather taught school and everything here. And anyway, it's just a few words of where we came from and everything. Well, every September our tribe relay runs. We carry our eagle staff from Sillet back to the Rogue River where our home village was. It's I think it's 144 miles, and we run day and night carrying the eagle staff back to a place called Oak Flats, where this Illinois River runs into the Rogue River. And when I go there, I can just see how they live there, because it could be storming down on the ocean, and that little valley there, there's no wind and the sun's always shining. Anyway, those are just a few words of where I came from. One thing I'd like to bring up, one time I was standing over on a Depoe Bay Bridge with my dad, and some tourists were all standing there, and my dad looked down, and there was a big salmon down there swimming by, and my dad said, that salmon weighs 35 pounds, and the tourist said, how can you tell it weighs 35 pounds? He said, because it has scales. Anyway, just a wonderful feeling to be here with everybody again. Oh.
That was good.